So primitive functions, we have three categories. One is the point, line, and polygon. So we discussed each of the things. What do you mean by point? What do you mean by line segment? And what do you mean by the polygon? So in this point function, I told you that the point function can be what do we this point function is used to project a point on the screen. So how do you do that? In OpenGL, you can decide the position of a point by giving its coordinate position. So if you give the coordinate position in the world reference frame, so this position with the geometric description of the point can be used in the screen or in the scene. So every time, if you're not specifying the size and if you're not specifying the color, the default value will be used, like some default size and default color. So how do you generate a point? How do you generate a point in OpenGL? Means you're using the function called GL vertex function. So this GL vertex function, this one second, this GL vertex function, it will consist of three parameters. It will consist of three parameters or three suffixes. You can take it, three suffixes, and the first one will be the dimension. The first one will be the dimension. The second one will be, what is the second one? The data type. So you need to bear with the handwriting. And the third one will be vector. So this dimension can be two dimension, three dimension, or fourth dimension. So this vertex function consists of three. This is vertex. We are talking about the vertex function. So this vertex function, that is GL underscore vertex, GL underscore vertex. This consists of three suffixes. This three suffixes. In this, the first suffix is the dimension, where what it will do, it will specify whether the OpenGL coordinate position, whether the coordinate position is in two dimension, or it is in three dimension, or it is in four dimension. Two means two dimension, three means three dimension, four means four dimension. The second one is data type. The second one will be data type. So there you will be using to determine what kind of data type you are using, what kind of data type you are using. So here I indicates integer, F indicates float, D indicates double. I indicates integer, F indicates float, and D indicates double. After this, the vector. So vector, what do you mean by this vector? Means, see, sometimes I told you, in we saw in one example, we saw an example where they are declared an array, where they are declared an array of coordinate positions, and that they were passing it as a parameter. So that they were passing it as a parameter. So this V will be used for a possible vector form. Whenever you are using this as V, the input will be given as a form of vector. And also this GL begin and this GL end. So this GL begin and GL end will be there. So there will be GL begin and GL end. So GL begin and GL end. So you know that end will not take any parameter. This will not take any parameter. So this can take type as the parameter. It can take type as the parameter. It can be like GL underscore points if you are talking about points, or it can be GL underscore lines also. It can be lines also. So this can take anything. So whatever you want to write, whatever points you want to write, you will be writing within inside this GL vertex. So if it is a two dimension, means I'll go two dimension. Integer means I. If I'm using the vector form means V. If I'm not using vector form means, here I will give the position of X, position of Y. So this is how I will write it. This is how I will write this. So for example, I'll write one function GL begin, type I want it as points. So GL underscore points. After that, after this, one second. After this, GL vertex, two dimension, integer 5 comma 10, 1 point at the location. So coordinates, X coordinate, Y coordinate. So I'll mark it as 0, 5, 10, 15. So here also 5, 10, 15. So if I write like this, means vertex 2i 5 comma 10, 5 comma 10 means x value. X value, where is the 5? Here. It will come in this location, and y value this point. So this is the meeting point. So where I marked an x, no, where I marked on cross symbol or star symbol, here one point will be displayed. So if you execute this function, so if I write as GL vertex 2i 15 comma 15, sorry, 15 comma 15. So now correspondingly here, the intersection of 15 comma 15, one point will be generated. So after this I will end with GL end. Any doubt, with respect to this? Any doubt, with respect to this point function, how this point function works? Is this point clear, or do you have any doubts? Yes or no? Any doubts? Okay. So this is the working of GL vertex. So we studied about three kinds. So if I'm using vertices, means what I was doing. So the second scenario. One second. The second scenario. So if I was using the vertex, means I'll just clear this ink part. So the second phase where I was using an vector. So if I'm using a vector means, so I'll declare an array variable. I'll just declare an array with some points. After that, I will give the coordinate positions. I'll give the coordinate positions like 5 comma 10. So after this, I will write GL vertex 2 dimension I for integer, V for vertices, and I'll pass this as a parameter. So the name of that array is points. So this is also same as GL vertex 2i 5 comma 10. The same thing. There is no difference with respect to this thing. So this is regarding the GL vertex function. So after this, we were talking about the primitives. After that, we were talking about the primitives. So this for this primitives, with respect to the points, we have two things: size and color. By default the color will be white, and by default the size will be 1 pixel. So if you want to change the color, you can use a function. If you want to change the color, you can use a function called GL color function. You can use GL color function for changing the color, and for changing the size, you can use a function called GL point size. And here you'll be passing the value in the sense the size. So here you'll be passing the size. So whatever value you are passing here, that will be your point size. So it should be an integer value. No, you can pass the float value also. If you're passing the float value, it will be rounded to an integer. So these are the some of the few things which I wanted to talk about point attributes of the point. And what do you mean by what do you mean by GL vertex, GL begin, and GL end? So whatever you want to write, you have to write within GL begin and GL end only. So if you're writing any vertex, that should be written within this points itself, like within GL begin and GL end. If you're referring to the points, means you'll be using the constant called GL points. I think this should be clear. Yeah, we will see this. So we will see this also. So it's not that I will stop at this point only. I'll just install the software and we'll just run it in the system also, and we can check that also. Attributes changing also, you know that if you want to change the color, you can change with GL color function. GL color function can be changed. So what it will do means whatever current color is there in the state list, that will be displayed. So GL point size, what I told, I was talking about the GL. um, I was talking about the GL point size. I was talking about this GL point size. So I just clear this so that So GL point size. So we'll check how this GL point size will work. So for example, GL point size. So I told you that here you will be passing the value. So it will be displayed as a square of pixel. It will be displayed as a square of pixel. So you can pass the floating value which will be converted or which will be rounded to the nearest integer. It will be rounded to nearest integer. So if I pass the value as 1, if I pass the value as 1, it will display single pixel. So if I display the point size as 1, it will display a single pixel. But if I display the value as 2, if I display the value as 2, it will display a 2 cross 2 pixel array. So that is how the point size 1 will display a single pixel, a point size 2 will display a 2 cross 2 pixel array. So that is what. But the default size will be the default size will be 1 only. So now let us check. Now let us check a few examples of this. How to change the color? How to change the color? Color can be changed by GL color function. Color 3-dimension floating value. This is a function. So it will take 3 parameters. The first parameter will be red, the second parameter will be blue, the third parameter will be green. So now let's talk about this. So now GL color. So we are talking about the points GL color 3F. So if I write it as 1.0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0 means the color will be set to red. The color will be red. After that I will write GL begin. GL begin. I want points. So GL underscore points. GL underscore points. After that vertex. So I want some vertex in 2 dimensions. I will mention it as 5 comma 10. I want the point size. I want the point size to be 2 pixels. So I'll just take it as GL point size 2.0. So what it will do? So what it will do means here the color will be set to red. The color will be set to red point. Okay. So inside this, so this is the first thing. So for the first statement, the color will be set to red. Okay, here for this thing, the vertex will be there, 1 point, 1 dot will be there, 1 dot will be there at, if it is 5 and 10, so 1 dot will be there here. So after this, what is the size of this dot? The size of this dot will be 2 points. The size of the dot will be 2 points. Uh, after this, so I'll write one more thing. So I'll write one more thing. So if I want to set green color means color 3F R0 green 1.0 and blue will also be 0. So if I want to set the size to 3 means set the point size to 3. So like this you can change. So like this you can change. So here in our example, uh, initial point, see the initial point will be red color with standard size as 1.0. And for the second one, for this one, um, the size will be 2 and color will be green. And if I'm writing one more vertex, means I'll write the vertex first. I'll write the vertex GL vertex 2i some location 7 comma 10. So for this vertex the size will be 3 and you can set the color also. You can set the color as blue also. If I want to set the color as blue, I'll write it as 0 0.0, 0 0.0 comma 1.0. So like this. So this is how it will be done. So if I write the entire code, if I write this entire code in one small point, GL begin and GL underscore points, I'll just clear this so that it will be easy. Here is our link. Okay. So now I'll just write GL begin, GL begin, and GL underscore points. So if I want to display anything, GL underscore end. So this is the beginning of the points, end of the points. So I can write. So I can write the vertex. I can write the vertex and its position, then the point size, point size, point size, then the color. I will give some color. So like this. So like this you can write. So see here, you don't worry about, see here, you just understand how to change the color and how to change the size. So that is enough. That is enough as of now. So we'll see the same thing. We'll check how this works on the software also. We'll just run the same block of code in the software and we will see how it runs. So as of now, I told you that if in the color thing, the first component is red, the second is green, and the third component is blue. So whatever parameter one, if you are keeping it this as one and keeping others as zero, you will get red color. If you're keeping this as zero and this as green, this has one and this as zero, you will get green color. So if you're keeping first two parameters 0, 0.0 and the last parameter as 1, you will get blue color. So that is regarding the colors, or you can give the values also. So it will be a combination of those two components. And regarding the point size, if you give parameters 1, it will be default size. If you give 2 means it will be uh, double size, double size. And if you are giving it as 3.0 means it will be triple size points. So this is regarding, um, this is regarding, um, the GL points. I hope, uh, I hope this is clear. So now we'll talk about after points. After points, we can start with um, the lines. So after this, we'll start with lines. 1 second. Okay. This part is clear. So we can start with lines. So variations of this line functions. So. mm, So what is this line function means? How this line function will work? So see how this line function will do means. Um, Again, I'll go with this example. We'll start with the line function. How this line function will work. So basically, for lines you will be using. It will also begin. It will also start with GL begin, GL end. So GL begin, GL end. So what it will do means this graphics package will provide a function for specifying one or more straight lines. So the straight line is defined by two line segments. The straight line is defined by two line segments, or sorry, the straight line is defined by two endpoints. So these are the points. Okay, these are the 2 points of the line, and a pixel will be drawn between this line. So this is how the line will be defined in this graphics packages. So what it will do means it will specify a function. So this graphics package will give you a function for specifying one or more line segments. Like it will give you a packages for function for specifying one or more straight lines, but each straight line is defined by the endpoints. So for this, some endpoint will be there, and for this, some endpoint will be there. So that is how this is defined. Endpoints will be defined. That means, see, the line is defined by the starting point of the line, ending point of the line. That means it will take the starting position. It will take the starting position of the line, that means in terms of x comma y, and it will take the ending position of the line. So it is also in terms of xy only. So after that it will calculate the pixels that are there between these two endpoints. So what this OpenGL function will do means it will give you a function to add one or more lines. line segments or lines are defined by endpoints. Endpoints means the coordinate system, the end of the starting point of the starting point, which is mentioned in terms of coordinate position, the starting point of the line, the ending point of the line. So if you take this as x1, y1, you can take it as x2, y2. So this is how the line will be done, or line will be interpreted. For this line thing, you can use constants like gl underscore lines, gl underscore lines, or gl underscore line underscore strip. So each of them have their own functionality. Gl underscore line underscore loop. As usual, this will not take any parameter. So these are the systems. These are the constants which are using to check how how the end of the line will be connected, or how the endpoint positions will be connected to form a set of straight lines. See, sometimes I might tell it as a line segment, and sometimes I will tell it as line. So they are one and the same. So we'll talk about the first function. We'll talk about the first function, GL begin. So GL begin, GL underscore lines, GL underscore lines, and GL, one second, GL end. So in between this, I have to specify the coordinate positions, the starting position of the line, the ending position of the line. So if I'm using it as GL underscore line, I will give in terms of vertex, GL vertex 2i, GL vertex 2i v. I'll take it as 0.1. So you know that we are following the vector system. So somewhere I would have defined point p1 with some value. Somewhere I would have defined. So like this. So if I write like this, GL vertex 0.1, GL vertex 0.2. So now for first it will calculate the point p1. First it will calculate the coordinate position. This is the coordinate position. This is the coordinate position of point p1. So after this, it will calculate the coordinate position of p2. This is the coordinate position of p2. So coordinate position of p2. After this, the line will be constructed. So that is how. So in our example, within GL begin and GL end, I'm using GL vertex 2i p1, GL vertex 2i v p2. So one line is generated. So one line is being generated with p1, p2. So I'll write one more thing. I'll write one more thing. I'll write GL vertex 2iv p3. Then GL vertex 2iv p4. So somewhere p3, p4. Then these two will be joined. So this is how the line will be constructed. This is how the line will be constructed whenever you are using GL underscore lines. So we'll talk about this now. So for example, I will add one more line. If I add one more line, GL vertex 2iv p5. So for this I cannot generate the line because it contains only one point. There is no point, there is no another point which is needed to join them. I have only p5, there is no p6. So if it contains odd number of line means, first by using p1 and p2, one line will be formed. By using p3 and p4, one line will be formed. P5 it contains only one point, so it needs one more point p6 to form a line. So that is how GL underscore line works. Is this point clear? Is this point clear? Why only two lines are generated? Even though I'm using odd number of, even though I'm giving 5 points, only two lines are generated because P1 and P2 is connected to form one line, P3 and P4 is connected to form another line, and P5 it is only it doesn't have another point for the formation of line. So now I will just give the definitions. So GL lines. So I'm talking about GL lines. So a set of line between each successive pair of endpoint in a list is generated. So here in our list, we have 5 points. 5 points are there. It contains 2 pairs and one is alone. So a set of line between successive pair of endpoints. So these are the successive pair. P1 and P2 are the successive pair. P3 and P4 are the successive pair. In the list is generated using the constant, using this GL line constant. A set of unconnected lines are formed unless the same coordinates are repeated. So even though you might think that, P1 and P2 are these two lines, this P1 P2 line and P3 P4 line are joining at some point, but they are unconnected because, see, uh, because there is no common vertex, there is no common coordinate position. So if for example, if you had given P3, with the same coordinate position as P2, for example, if P2 is at 5 comma 10 and P3 is also having at 5 comma 10, then you could have told that the lines P1, P2, P3 and P4 are connected because they have the common coordinate position. So, but you don't have any common coordinate position. So we can tell that even though the lines are crossing at some point, they are not connected. Um, a set of connected lines will be formed only when some coordinate positions are repeated. Even though two lines are crossing, you cannot treat them as connected. So nothing will be displayed if I'm specifying only one end point. That means example of P5. So in our example, we had points P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. So P1 and P2 join to form a line. P3 and P4 form to join a line. But P5, it is having only one endpoint for the line. It needs another endpoint to form the line. So that is what. So nothing will be displayed if only one endpoint is specified and the last endpoint is not processed. That means in our example also, in this function also, I had written P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. I had given 5 points, but it only combined 4 points to form two lines. The last one remained as it is. It did not form a line. So if you have odd number of points means the last one will be left out. So if it contains P1 to P6 means we could have formed three lines: P1 P2 one line, P3 P4 one line, P5 P6 another line. So that is the understanding of this function called GL underscore lines. This is the working of GL underscore lines constants. Hmm. So doubts, any doubts now? Is this point clear? Yes or no? Respond. Charan, Amulya, Bhavana, others, Bharat Reddy, Zeenath, Anant Krishna, Archana, Haripriya, Chaitra, Chandan. Is this concept clear? GL underscore line. So after this, so this is okay. Just check. I've used only 4 examples. Okay, P1, P2, P3, P4. Even if I add, even if I added one more line, even if I added, sorry, one more point, even if I added P5, the output will remain same only. Even if I add P5 also, the output will remain same. It will not change. Because it contains only odd number of points. So this is one thing. Now next one is GL underscore line is done. GL underscore lines is done. So now we'll go to the next one. GL underscore line underscore strip. So what is this GL underscore line underscore strip? So what is this GL underscore? One second, I'll just open this. From next class onwards, I'll just add some plugin so that we can directly write in this sheet itself. Need not go to the sketchpad every time. It's wasting a lot of time. So what is this GL underscore line underscore strip? So I'll start with GL begin. Here I'll write GL underscore line underscore strip, the second phase. So here GL underscore line underscore strip. Here also I'll write GL vertex 2i. After 2i, what should be in vertex form? So V. Then I'll give some point P1. So the same thing I'll repeat: P2, P3, P4, P5. So this thing is same. So I'm not repeating to not to waste the time. GL end. So earlier example, if it was GL underscore lines, I would have got some two lines like P1, P2, P3, P4. So now what this will do? So what this will do means, what is the usage of this line GL underscore line strip? So what it will do means, see, it will connect the lines. It will connect the lines. So that is the difference between the uh, the first one GL underscore lines and GL underscore line underscore strip. So what it will do means, so it will display the sequence of connected lines between the first endpoint in the list and the last endpoint in the list. For example, P1, P2. So 2 points are connected, and I return P3, P4. They were also connected, and there was one point called P5. So if I write GL underscore line strip, what it will do means, see, from P1 to P2 connected, P1 to P2 is line, P2 to P3. So there will be a connection from P2 to P3, and from P3 to P4. P3 to P4 is already connected, and again from P4 to P5. So I'll write, see this part like this, it will be connected. So I'll just arrange this in the form of a star so that it will be easy for you people to understand. So I'll just arrange it in the form of a star. The same example, I'll just replicate the thing so that you can understand. 1 second. The same thing, I'll just, first one was for the understanding. Now I'll just make sure that you'll, the display thing. So 1 point, second point, third point, uh, fourth point, fifth point, P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. So P1 to P2, P2 to P3, P3 to P4, P4 to P5. So this is the working of line strip. So what line strip will do? Line strip, what it will do means, it is like a, here the display is like a sequence of connected lines starting from the first point in the list. Here the first point in the list is P1 to the last point in the list. The last point in the list is P5. So the first line is as a result of P1 to P2. The first line in the line is displayed between the first point and the second point, and the second line is from P2 to P3, and the third line is from P3 to P4, and the fourth line is from P4 to P5, like that until the list gets over. So if you're not giving any two positions, if you're not giving P1 and P2, nothing will be displayed. So at least you should give 2 points. At least in the last example, what I told, if it contains a single pair, if a point is there, nothing will be displayed. Here in this example, you should give at least 2 points so that a connection can be made from starting of the point to the ending of the point. So in order to display one line in this, at least you should mention 2 points. If you're not mentioning 2 points, the line will not be displayed. So this function, it's at least two coordinate positions, P1 and P2, for displaying. If you're not giving the 2 points, then nothing will be displayed. So this is the working of line strip. So any doubt here? Any doubt in line strip? Any doubt in line strip? Line strip doubt? Any doubt in line strip? Yes or no? Line strip example. GL underscore lines underscore strip. Any doubt? Is this point clear? So okay, just take one example. You just take one example. Any doubts? Any doubts in line strip? We'll give one. You just work on one example so that we'll see what how many lines you will get. So so first one, the first example, GL begin GL underscore lines. So it will contain P1 P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, P9. So positions is left to you. Positions is left to you. So I will just check how many points will be, how many lines will be generated for this example, and the same example you will use with GL underscore lines underscore strip. So just I'll give 2 minutes of time. In the 2 minutes of time, you have to complete this both the examples, and after that I'll ask the questions. You just unmute yourself and you have to answer this lines and line strip. So I'll just have some water. Meanwhile, you just complete this two exercise within 3 minutes. So the time is now 12:33. By 12:36 we'll start with this. You just everyone, you just work out how it will work. See, the common thing here, we are using the vertex notation only. GL vertex, two dimension integer vertex thing, the same thing. So just tell me the solution for this at 12:36. I'll pick anyone randomly. So you have to tell that. Okay, can someone unmute yourself? You just unmute from your end and you just give me the solution for this. First one, how many lines? GL underscore line, how many lines will be generated? See, you should speak because I cannot keep on switching between the screens. So for this first example, GL underscore lines, how many lines will be generated? Charan, Bhavana, Fayaz, Zenith, how many lines will be generated if I run this line? If I run this code?
4 lines, sir.
4 lines. Yeah, 4 is correct. So see, for P1 and P2, 1 line, P3 and P4, 1 line, P5 and P6, 1 line, P7 and P8, 1 line. So this point will be discarded. But for if you're using the line strip, connection will be from P1 to P2, like point 1 to point 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, and 8 to 9, like this. So all the 9 points will be considered in the second case. So that means the line is joined from joining the points from P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 till P9. So this will be the example of line strip. So we have one more constant, the last one. The one more constant is there. Mm, that we will call it as line loop. So that constant is there. One more constant is there. GL underscore line underscore loop. So how it will work means if I'm using points P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. So in our example, I joined from point 1 to point 2. 1 to 2 I joined, from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 5. In case of line strip, we got the output like this. Now, if I'm using line loop means the last end of the point and the first end of the point will be joined. So that is the only difference. That is the only difference in GL underscore line underscore loop. So an extra line will be added to connect the last position and the first position. So extra line will be added to connect the last position and the first position, means the coordinate position, the points. So here also how it will work, the line will be drawn from first point to second point, and from second point to third point, and from third point to fourth point till fifth point. At the fifth point, it will be joined to the first point like a loop. So p line will be found from p1 to p2, p2 to 3, p3, p3 to p4, p4 to p5, and again from p5 to p1. So that is how the line will be formed. So if here also the same thing, at least you should need 2 points p1 and P2 for forming a line. Otherwise, nothing will be displayed. So this is the example of GL underscore line underscore loop. Um, so any doubts here? Any doubts here? Okay. Uh, so I think this part should be clear. So you just go through this. Uh, GL line function. If you're using GL line function, what will be the output? Even though 5 points are there, it will consider only even pairs, and the last pair is left unattended. After this, what is the next one? GL underscore line underscore uh, function, where you're using GL underscore lines underscore strip. So if you're using this GL underscore lines underscore strip, it is the connection from each points P1 to P2, P2 to P3, P3 to P4, P4 to P5, and GL underscore line underscore loop. Extra line will be added between the last point and the first point. So this is the working of um, the last thing. What GL underscore lines underscore loop. So now we have studied about three things. Now we have studied about the GL points. In that also we can change the color attribute. We can change the size attribute. So here also the same thing. Here also we studied three constant: GL lines, GL underscore lines underscore strip, GL underscore lines underscore loop. So here also, what attributes can we change? Here you can change. See here, for point we had two attributes: size and color. So here you are having three attributes. One is common. The common one is color. You can using the same function, uh, using the same function like GL color, you can decide the color of the line. So in addition to the line color, we have two more things called line width and line style. We have two more things. So in addition to line color, we have two more attributes: line width and line stipple. So we will talk about the color. Color means how to check GL color. Using GL color function, you can set the color of the line, and using GL width, you can set the width of the line. Like GL line width, you can set the width of the line. So here also, the width is a floating value. So you can pass the floating value, which will be converted to the nearest integer, nearest positive integer. So mm, that is the same thing. So this is regarding the size. So if you're passing it, the default will be usually one only. So whatever value you are passing it as the width, that will be the width of the line. So it can be floating point number. This floating point number will be rounded to the nearest positive integer. So um, if you are giving it as 0.4, if you are giving it as 0.4, like if it gets reduced to 0.0, or if you are sorry, if you are giving the input as 0.0, it will be treated as 0. So even then the standard width, even then the default width is 1.0. So if you give 0.0 also, it will take the standard width itself. The standard width is 1.0. And also one thing is like some this function, no, it will support some limited number of bits. It will not support all the things. Like there are some bits that will be supported, some values for which it will support the line width, and some values will not be supported. Like the functionality is limited, so it will support only the limited number of bits. So after this, the line stipple. So what do you mean by line stipple? Means whether whether you want the lines, in dotted, or whether you want the line in see the whether you the line stipple means deciding how the lines needs to be displayed. For example, point 1, point 2. So here the line was displayed as a continuous line, solid line. So point 1, point 2, I want to display the line as a dashed one, or I want to display the line in terms of dots only, dotted lines. So this is what this can be set using the stipple function, the GL line stipple function. So by default, what is the default? By default, the line will be displayed as solid only. By default, the line will be displayed as solid line only. But you can modify that. To get the outputs in terms of dashed line or dotted lines, or it can be a combination of line, like that is, it can be a combination of dashed line as well as dotted line. And also you can vary this length. You can also vary this length of dashes and the spaces between these dashes or dots. So there is one syntax. So what is the current syntax? So the current syntax is GL line steeple, and the first one is pattern. Sorry, the first one is repeat factor, RF repeat factor, and the second one is pattern. So see here, pattern is like a 16-bit. It's a 16-bit value. It's a 16-bit integer. For example, 16-bit integer in the sense, just write it here. 16-bit integer means here the pattern is 16-bit integer value. 16-bit in the sense, the numbers will be from. I'll just give it as 0000. This is 4 bits, 4 bits, 4 bits, 4 bits. So it is like this. So I'm just giving you the representation. This pattern consists of 16-bit integer. It can consist of integer value. So it is 16-bit. No, the pattern is 16-bit. The pattern is 16-bit. 0 indicates off, 1 indicates on. So for example, this if you take it as 0-bit, 1 bit, second, third, fourth, fifth, like that you can consider. So if I write it as 1010, the 0th bit is off, the first bit is on, the second bit is off, the third bit is on, like that. So that means it denotes the pixel position. So the value 1 in the pattern, the 1 bit indicates on and 0 bit indicates off. So you can start applying this value either from the starting, either from the line starting from the lower bit to the higher bit. So the default, by default, the value will be, it will be stored in hexadecimal representation, f f f f. So f f f means 1111 1111 1111 1111. So f f f f. By default, all the bits will be 1. So you'll get the solid line. By default, all the values will be 1. So you will get the solid line. But if you want to make the lines as dotted. If you want to make the lines as dotted, you have to change the values. So for example, the default is 0xff. If I write it as 0x00FF, so that means what output you will get. So here I'm changing the value. Here I'm changing the value of uh, this default value of this pattern. So I will not get um, I will not get the solid line. I'll get the dashed line. See, some part it will be blank. So this zero indicates it will be blank. Zero. I mean, sorry. So for this you will get the solid line. So I'll take this representation 0000 0000 1111 1111. So for this line will come, but for this blank space will be there. So what line you are getting? If the line is very big, if the line is starting at this point and it is ending at this point, so some part line will be there, space will be there, line will be there, space will be there. So you are getting the dashed line, the dash output, you the dashed line you will get. So this is how you are getting the dashed line. So 00, wherever 000 is there, the space will be there, the blank space will be there. Wherever one is there, the line will be there. So mm, even you can give the even you can give the output, even you can give the output as if you're giving the value as 0x0101. So that means 0000 0001 0000 0001. So it will be like dotted representation. Wherever one is there, at that point dot will be there. Other space, other where it will be blank. So it is like the dotted line. You will get the dotted line. So are you getting this? Yes or no? Whether you're understanding this, how this line stipple will work? How this line stipple will work? So I'll just repeat this. I'll just repeat this. So line stipple. So this line stipple will take two parameters. We are worried about the pattern called pattern. Second parameter called pattern. So it will take the default value. The default value is 0xFFFF. That means all bits will be 111111. So whenever I told you that 1 indicates on, 0 indicates off. So if it is 1 means we'll get a solid line. So then I spoke about one more thing, 00FF. So that means 000, first 8 bits will be 0, the next 8 bits will be 111111. So wherever 0 is there, it will display a blank line. So this is a blank line. So this will be, I'll write it as blank line, and here you'll get the solid line. So what will be the output? So in your output, some spaces, so some part, if the line is starting at this point and it is ending at this point, if you're using this pattern, solid line blank, solid line blank. So this you're getting the dashed pattern. So if I use one more combination 0x0101, so if I'm using this one, so 0000, again the value of 1, value of 0, value of 1. So it is like here also blank, till here it will be blank, 1 dot, and it here also blank, 1 dot. So in your line you will get the combination like dot, blank, dot, blank, dot, blank, dot. So dotted line you are getting. So that is how this pattern will decide the type of line, whether you want the solid line, whether you want the dotted line, whether you want the dashed line. Any doubt here? Any doubt with respect to the working of pattern? Working of pattern. Any doubt? Any doubt? Yes or no? So one thing is you can just remember, see if the value is 00FF, it will be the dashed one. So it will be dashed one. If the value is 0101, it will be dotted pattern. So if it is FFF means it's a default one, the solid line. And if you want the combination, if you want the combination, if you want the combination of dash and dot, if you want the combination of dash and dot means you can give the value as 0x1 C47. So these are the constants which are taken from the internet. So you can check this. You can check this in if someone has installed the software, you can check this. Or once I'm running the software, I'll show this. Is this point clear? Is this point clear? Pattern in line stipple. What is the functionality of pattern? And the first one was the repeat factor. The first one was a repeat factor. So what is this repeat factor will do means it will repeat. So it will what it will do means it will specify how many times each bit in the pattern is to be repeated before going to the next bit. So this default value, for the default value of this will be 1 only. So if you're giving it as 2, each bit will be repeated twice. If you're giving it as 3, each bit will be repeated thrice. So it will act as a repeater, that's all. It will act as a repeater. So this is regarding the line stipple function. But if you want to activate this feature means, first you have to call the function called gl enable. There is a function called gl enable. Then you have to call this constant gl underscore line underscore stipple, stipple. So using that you can enable. If you want to disable means gl underscore disable, gl underscore line underscore stipple, stipple. So these are the functions for enabling this functionality. So if you want to enable, you have to call this function. If you want to disable, you have to call the disable function. So like that you can turn on the line pattern and you can turn off the line pattern. So any doubt here? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this line stipple function? Yes or no? So this is also one important functionality. So if you just work on this, you'll understand that. So I just gave you an example. Of how this line stipple will work out. So you just need to concentrate on the example things. So if you just implement one or two examples, you will get to know that. So pattern will be 16 bits. It can be 0 and 1. 0 means off and 1 means on. So and next one is repeater. So repeater means it will decide how many, it will decide the number of bits to be repeated. 1 indicates the bits will be repeated one time. 2 indicates the bits will be repeated twice as per the pattern. So that is how that is done. So that is a working of repeater. So the pattern, usually what you are doing means you are um, multiplying the pattern, that's all. Like you are multiplying the pattern through that repeater factor, that's all. So any doubt with respect to this functions? So I'll just this repeat factor and the pattern, the repeat factor and the pattern. Any doubt here? Any doubt? Yes or no? So this is regarding the line functions and the line attribute functions. Hmm. Okay. See, you just will, if you can, will work out with few examples so that the understanding will be clear in the next class. So I'll stop the class now. So any other doubts, if you have, you can just ask me now itself. Okay. I'll stop now. I'll stop the class now.